All right, hello everybody. It's the Meista from Brews and Tunes. Really excited tonight. I am meeting with the band Aura Surreal. I'm meeting with Gerry. I'm going to mess up Gerry's last name. He's the drummer, Gerry Holzapfel, and I screwed it up. Stephen Lee McLaughlin on bass and vocals, and Justin Vogel on guitar. So thanks very much for meeting with me, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Especially on short notice. This is great. There's a bunch of big news going on with you guys right now. Probably the real big thing is you just announced that the new album, you have a brand new album coming out, Anthropophagy, right? Is that how I pronounce that?
Anthropophagy.
Anthropophagy, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. And that is coming out June 1st. Pre-orders are available now on your website. That is listed below. If you look, for viewers, if you look down below, you'll see the link to their page, where you can not only order that album but all their albums and a bunch of other cool stuff. And we'll talk about that as well. But so yeah, big news. You got the new album out. First song from the album just dropped last week, I believe. The new video.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, very cool. Man, myth, made, legend.
Correct.
Killer video. Amazing. Totally rad video, cool song, cool as shit song, and a little different, at least from what different from your last album. At least that song has a very kind of more, very progressive, kind of more in a death metal progressive kind of sound. Whereas your last album was a lot of groove kind of stuff going on. Almost kind of reminds me a little bit of like Machine Head and Sepultura, stuff like that. So
right on.
Oh,
hold on.
Oh, I think we. Oh, there you are.
There we go. There we go.
Last for a second, I was like, oh no. So yeah, well, maybe let's talk a little bit about the new album. What can you tell me about it? What's happening with you guys this past year in this new album?
Well, everyone was, I don't know, shut down, I guess, for the. It's actually kind of weird because we were living the same life as everybody else. So all I could say is 2020, and everybody goes, "Oh yeah." So you don't even have to explain yourself anymore. Now it's self-explanatory.
Right.
But yeah, I guess the record could have been written around the year. I'm sure a lot of people's new music, once it starts coming out, is going to be written around 2020. We're not very blatant on what we talk about within the songs and stuff like that. A lot of it is pretty brash and beat around the bush, but I mean, you could take from it what you want and kind of put it into perspective for your own life, really. So a lot of these new songs for Anthropophagy, I mean, the title came from just the eating of man. A lot of bands like The Decline and stuff like that always seems to be a hot topic in the metal world, is just the decline in general. And so when you hear anthropophagy, which means the eating of man, and a lot of people would take it as sheer cannibalism, and we're using it as a metaphor, as a lot of bands do.
We're not literally eating.
Yeah, we're
not grilling.
The music videos show us grilling people.
Yeah, we're not grilling them up and actually eating them. But our recording guy thinks we are, though, too.
Yeah. That's Tom Parham of Hit Track Studios in Las Vegas. So he's the one who did this album. He also did our EP Family Values as well.
Nice.
So he mixed and mastered the last album, but we did all the recording here. We gave it our best for Utah. So we recorded all that shit here in St. George.
Okay, cool.
If you actually go to Utah, there's some significance. I'll bring up Man Myth again, is that Widowmaker is on that album Utah.
Yeah.
And to me, they kind of have, like, they could be brother sister songs.
Cool.
And I think maybe if we surprise them live, we'll probably put them back to back, so it'll be a big, massive 17-minute.
Yeah, that's one whole show.
Melt your face.
2 songs.
Tuned down to B, so it's just on standard B 7-string stuff. But if you listen to those two together, they really complement each other well.
Nice.
Off 2 different records too, so.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. That's a cool concept. I like that. Yeah, I'm really excited to hear the rest of the album. Yeah, in fact, I need to get my pre-order in. I've been meaning to. So yeah, I think I'm going to get it on vinyl. So kind of a vinyl freak. So that's the cool thing. You got it on vinyl and CD, and then also digital download if people just want to download it, right?
The vinyl for everybody wondering that's going to order vinyl, that will take a little longer. As a lot of people know, vinyl gets shut down it takes some time. So if you do pre-order the vinyl, just be aware it'll take another month or so for you to get it. But you'll get the CD and the download and everything else, so you can listen to the album, but the vinyl itself will come a little bit later. So
Cool. And for those watching this, the album artwork is right behind you, which is killer artwork. Couple pictures right back there.
That's so this is the original one right here, this 9-year-old. And then these are the big prints. You'll be able to see those up at the heavy metal shop, Kevin and shit. And if you grew bassist down in her Cedar, and then Music Works and Music Haven in St. George both have them in there too, the really big ones. So
cool. And those are available now?
I don't know if we're gonna give them away. We'll see what happens. Maybe we're doing a raffle down here in St. George for one of my bass guitars. So maybe like if you win some shit and I feel lazy enough, you take that shit too.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, it's a great picture. Who was the artist for that?
So his name is Chad Keith. He lives in California, Sonora. Not Sonoma. Sonoma is Les Claypool. Sonora is Sonora is where Chad lives, but Chad's done work for bands like Spellbook. God damn it, I was trying to think of their name the other day and I totally forgot them. But he's done skate decks for like Creature skateboards and shit. And he's just an amazing artist in general. But yeah, he's a friend of mine, and I sent him kind of a mock-up, this idea for the art itself with the astronaut and everything, and I had like a silhouette and these villagers and shit, and he sends me back his mock-up, and he goes, yeah, I tossed all of that and kept the astronaut. And I was like, all right, that's cool, man. You only hurt my feelings a little bit, but whatever.
Artists.
Yeah. Those damn artists. No, Chad killed it though, dude. That's one of the biggest things that has been revolving around this record is that artwork for sure. So we also want to make sure that the booklet goes really well hand in hand with it too. And I would love to point that out. Please pre-order CDs and stuff. Don't just do download, because the artwork that comes with it is really fun too.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's amazing. Yeah, it's very cool. And also you have John Jarvik guests on the album from Pig Destroyer, correct?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And he's got his own side project called Nest that he's been pushing pretty good too. So yeah, John's on it. He was our booking manager for last year, and well, we weren't able to do a lot. So when things get rolling again, we're not saying he's out the window or anything like that. But when we really get going, John's still with us in spirit.
Nice. Very cool. That's very cool. Man, I have lots of questions I want to ask you, but why don't we jump into so you guys just released basically in conjunction with the song dropping, you did a collaboration with a local brewery here in Utah, SaltFire Brewing in Salt Lake City. And I've got it right here. I'll show everybody. Very cool. And it's got the artwork from the album on it right there. Same name. It's a Baltic Porter. It's 9.6%, I believe. I'm having mine right now. It's delicious. It's fantastic beer, nice and malty and smoky and everything you want from a porter. I love it. It's fantastic. So how did that come about? How did you guys get involved with SaltFire and get a beer made?
That's all thanks to Kevin. So if nobody knows Kevin, the owner of the Heavy Metal Shop out there, Heavy Metal Shop's actually based in Salt Lake. So if you ever find yourself in there, hit up Kevin at the Heavy Metal Shop. He's a badass. But he did a hot sauce, which we also have. You can order from us too. We just got those in the mail yesterday. But all of our hot sauces were made by a guy named Spike. Irish Spike's unique hot sauces based out of Idaho. And Kevin had Spike make him a couple hot sauces. And I was like, that's fucking sick. So I messaged Spike and I said, hey, we seen that Kevin did this hot sauce. What would it take to do something like that? He goes, well, I've done bands before and we're absolutely down. And like almost in conjunction, back to back, talking about the hot sauce, there was SaltFire started hitting up posts. Like it was almost instantaneous. Here would be Irish Spikes and then here would be SaltFire. And I'm like, fuck, I might as well give it a shot. So I messaged Ryan, the owner of SaltFire, and I was like, hey man, we want to do this beer. I said, I don't know if you guys have ever done bands or anything like that, but we're down to do it. And he's like, we haven't. He goes, but please tell me more. And that just felt great. So we got it worked out, and I said, I want something real fucking dark, like nice and heavy. And I said, he goes, well, it might not be in season, but we'll see if we can make it work. And like a week or two later, he goes, we can make that Baltic Porter work. And I fucking hit the nail on the head, ready to go. And it was nice. I was pretty happy with it. So yeah, he was stoked on it. Jesse, their artist over there that did the labeling, absolutely slayed it. That gloss and the sheen that goes across it, I didn't even know it looked like that. And I got up there to SLC to pick it up. I'm like, oh man, that's a plus for sure.
Yeah, it's killer. Yeah. It's a great looking can, great beer. So yeah, anybody, my listeners that are here local in Utah, get down to SaltFire before it's gone, because it's a limited release. So it's not going to be around forever. And I might drink it all. So
yeah, I think they only had like 200 of them up there, and I know they were selling pretty good even while we were up there for a couple of hours. So there were some people going in there wanting something dark, and she was slinging the Anthropophagy. So nice.
Yeah, and sipping this, listening to the new single, it works perfectly. And as you guys may know, that's my thing. I craft beer and listen to metal, and
I love it.
Pair it. So this is perfect. Yeah, this is great. So I might have to save one for the album when I get the album, so I can do a proper pairing together and get that written up. But like I said, I want it on vinyl, so I may be waiting a little while, but that's cool.
Buy two, one for the CD and one for the vinyl.
Yeah, totally worth the wait. Totally worth the wait for sure. Yeah, I was going to ask you about the hot sauce too. And then you also didn't you guys do pickles and okra?
Okay, I'm glad we get to talk about all this. I wanted to name drop everybody to begin with, but I'm glad. Yeah, so Kelly's Death Pickles, our friend Kelly Hester out of Atlanta. He's based out of Atlanta, Athens, I believe.
Yeah.
And he owns a company called Kelly's Death Pickles, and we're gonna do a pickle as well, but right now we're doing the spicy pickled okra.
Oh, okay.
I know over here on the west side, not too many people are big on pickled okra or even know what an okra is. That's definitely an east side or southern thing, It's right. But if you order some from Kelly, he doesn't have a website, but you can personally go message him, and he'll make sure that you get yourself a jar or two or however many you want. And he's got a slew of other great bands that he also does pickles for.
Oh, nice.
He just did one for Legends of the Siegelman, which is Danny Carey, Brent Hines side project. David Dreyer, the singers, he's a badass too. So a lot of those guys. He's West End Motel. Tom Cheshire from West End Motel is also going to do a guest vocal on this new record too. So
cool.
So yeah, West End Motel. If not too many people ever heard of them. Brent Hines from Mastodon. It's one of his side projects, and we're all little buddies that kind of support each other's name and shit. So I got to get West End out there too. So
nice. That's very cool. Now, will people be able to order the pickled okra from your website?
No, you have to go get it through Kelly.
Go direct.
And you also have to get the beer from SaltFire, so we can't touch that either. Anybody who lives in Utah knows exactly what.
Yeah, can't ship. Yep. Now, can they get the hot sauce from your website?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So definitely everybody get some hot sauce, definitely pick up the album. Because it's I'm excited for this. It's going to be cool. Like I said, that first song is killer. So I can't wait to hear the rest of the album. I'm really digging it a lot. And hopefully we'll get to see some, in the not too distant future, you guys will be playing live again.
Sure. Yeah, we posted up this little thing about July. I didn't give any dates and I didn't give any reason as to why, but we have seen a lot of people shooting for August, September. So we were thinking about July, making stating something in July. So nothing is set in stone, but as of July, we're thinking about stating something for live shows. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Very cool. Well, let's go back in time a little bit, maybe a lot, and we'll kind of go one by one with you guys. So I'll just kind of go left to right. So Justin, why don't you maybe tell us a little bit about like how you got started in music in the first place? With was it, did you grow up playing? Do you have musicians in your family?
No, I grew up playing, really got playing hard when I moved here about 25 years ago from Salt Lake. I moved to Southern Utah. From like 3 million people to about 3,000 people. So I walked into a store, and this is no joke, in Laverne, and Clint Martineau's mom and dad owned it. It was called Wrecked M Groceries.
Rectum.
So if you say it fast, Wrecked M Groceries. And they sold damaged goods and food at a discount. And the store was a little busy, and I have long hair, and he goes, "Do you happen to play guitar?" We started a cover tune band after that. And then I did the cover tune circuit for a while. And then Steve was in a band called Live and Prequel. I was in Aura Surreal. We started playing shows together. For years, we played shows together. Kind of went down that road, and one thing leads to the next. And I asked him how his metal voice is one day, and he says, because my singer was moving to Colorado, he goes, "My metal voice is pretty good." So we brought him in as a singer at first.
Cool.
And then we kind of just switched, kind of jockeyed people around where they fit the best after that. And then Gerry for about 15 years. We were at business with Gerry, and basically asked him if he's ready to jam some metal. He goes, "Yeah, my metal chops are good." So we brought him in about a year ago.
Nice.
That's kind of my history.
Cool.
So,
very cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
As a guitar player, who were your idols? Who were the people that influenced you most?
Well, pretty much, yeah.
Fucking Iron Maiden.
Fucking Iron
Nice.
Maiden.
Right on.
Like, not to be too cliche, of course, Randy Rhoads and Dimebag Darrell.
Absolutely.
I'm a really big, and I wish I could totally play like him, but I love Rocky George. He's one of my favorite guitar players in the world.
Nice.
But like that, yeah, the Jimmy Pages of the world. So George Lynch's for sure, things like that. It's just, yeah, those guys are very special to me. They have some good, strong chops, and they know how to play their axes really well.
Nice.
So, yeah, man.
Very cool. Yeah, Gerry, what, basically the same question. Yeah, how did you originally get involved in music?
So I've been playing the drums for a long time now. I started playing when I was 8 years old, just in high school. And I'm originally from New York, so I lived on Long Island in New York, and took lessons from some really, really talented individuals: Joe Franco, Dom Famularo.
He went to school with Mike Portnoy.
Yeah, Mike Portnoy was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was in a band with Chris Angel.
Really?
Funny.
Hell yeah.
We keep telling him to get on the horn for the next music video.
Yeah.
So I just started young, and I took a lot of formal lessons, and then in my teens I was in a thrash band called Aragon on Long Island. We were regionally pretty popular. We played with some pretty big bands, Anthrax and Overkill and DRI and Crumbsuckers and a whole bunch of East Coast.
Wow, cool.
And I did that for quite some time. And then just kind of slowed down a little bit, raised a family, and kind of moved out here about 15 years ago, and now I'm back into it playing. So
Nice.
Slaying.
Very cool.
it's been a lot of fun though.
Yeah, that's cool. That's great. Yeah, and yeah, what I've heard so far, you're laying it down, man. So
And thanks.
who were your influences as far as, you mentioned some of your teachers, but
Honestly, it's the same old ones. It's John Bonham, Neil Peart, Nico from Maiden. Danny Carey's like a more current influence, but back when I was coming up and young, it was those three guys, and
nice.
Dave Lombardo. I hate to say it, but Lars.
Why?
Lars is great. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, poor Lars. He gets a lot of shit, but
No, Lars kills it, man.
yeah, so that's what kill them all. Man.
Yeah.
First time I heard that blew my mind. So nice, very cool. All right, Steve, same question. How'd you get into music originally?
I've had guitar in my life since I was about 8 years old. My dad played guitar, and my mom was always big into music, and pretty much every family member I had was really big into music. So different genres too. So I definitely got a slew of everything. So I have a pretty broad enjoyment when it's, I slap on some Ace of Base and I'm there, dude. But it's like, he's like fucking shaking.
I like ABBA.
Oh, sick. But so I have a pretty broad enjoyment when it comes to music, but I picked up the guitar to fully learn how to play it at probably 14. I think is when I really wanted to be really good. I rode BMX and skateboarded and all that shit just like everybody else, but I made the decision at a younger age. I was like, do I want to break my arms all day long, or do I want to play an instrument?
Right.
And I think I'll go with the funner, but you know, I still get to drink and have fun and be stupid, but also just play guitar at the same time.
Right.
Crack my fucking brain all over the ground. But yeah, I play guitar, and I actually originally started on drums. So the first few bands I was in, I was a drummer for, and then I moved over to guitar. I like hit a wall with drums, and I just couldn't progress physically. I'm sure if I would have stuck to it, I probably could have broke through it, but I think mentally I was having more of a shutdown than anything, and started playing guitar. And once guitar hit, I was like, oh man, I'm actually pretty decent at this. So I played guitar, and then Justin needed me for vocals for this project, and I was like, man, he gave me a bit more credit than I needed for that. But at first I was like, I ain't no fucking vocalist, man. What are you talking about? And
we were drinking tequila when I called him.
I was doing backing vocals for the band that I was in, and the producer at the time, Aaron Hamblin, he goes, you should hear what Steve's doing on this backing stuff. So he had him listen to the stuff that we were both of our bands were recording with the same dude. And so he showed him that, and that's when they got a hold of me and called me to come do full-time vocals. And that actually stuck pretty well. I realized I was having a lot of fun with that.
Nice.
Then as time moved on, you know, losing members, gaining members, how the story goes, I was like, you know what, I'll just play bass and sing at the same time. So I picked up the bass and just pulled double duty, and now we're a three-piece. So it's just kind of going from there.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I was to say, yeah, the band started as a quintet, correct?
Yeah.
And now to a
Well, the thing about going to two,
Yeah.
12 years ago,
Yeah.
I think.
I'm leaving.
I think this November, Aura Surreal will be 12 or 13 years old.
okay, nice, very cool.
I want to say 12, but we'll have to look back and see on the first record.
I think 2007 was usually what you guys were
2007
stating.
was stating, yeah. So
Maybe the idea was just
do the math
formulating
on that, yeah. Maybe 14 years old now.
Probably.
About 14 years old. 4 records out, so I mean, not bad.
Yeah,
And
really good.
Or an EP, yeah.
Yeah,
Not bad stretch.
yeah, very cool. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, you know, I won't name any names, but there are local bands out there that have been around for a long time here in Utah that, you know, have like one album, you know, and they're still playing, but they don't produce anything. And I realize it can be expensive to do so, but yeah, it's cool that you guys are, and the cool thing too, I think, is that you know, your albums tend to, and they're all great. Everything I've heard is excellent, but you progress. There's a really cool progression with your music too. I mean, you're obviously all very talented and have been from the day one, but it's not playing the same thing over and over again. It's like, all right, we're gonna really push our limits this next album, and you keep progressing like that. At least that's what I've seen. And
Yeah.
Wait till you hear this.
I was gonna say, yeah, but we've only scratched the surface for this new stuff, because we definitely went as far out as we could with a lot of. I kept joking with the guys. They said I want to write a Floyd record, a Pink Floyd record, if they play death metal. So that was like the idea for it. So
nice.
I really wanted to do something along those lines, and I'm excited for that. We already started writing for album 5, so it's just kind of like there was a lot of time there. You know, it's just. Yeah. Album 4 kind of flew out and went really well, and even Tom Parham, our producer, he was like, man, he goes, you guys like literally reinvented yourself for this new record. He's been just as stoked on it as we have to get all this shit out. So that's always good when you got a producer who's just as fucking happy. So
yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's been, you know, very cool, and also, you know, problematic for my pocketbook is, you know, 2020, like every band is like, well, we've got 6 albums written now, so here they come. You know, I talked to John McKenty from Incantation a while back, and it was before Sect had come out, and he said, he told me, yeah, we've got this album coming out, and he's like, we've actually written the next album. I'm like, what? Like, yeah. He's like, we're ready to record it. Like, you haven't even released this one yet. He goes, yeah, we're bored out of our minds. Like, wow. So yeah, that's cool.
Gerry was like, we're 2 weeks out of the studio and all the chops are done. And Jerry's like, well, what do we work on next?
Yep, let's get the next thing going.
Let Tom go to mixing and let's just start writing again, I guess.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's cool. Yeah, that's exciting. Is it? Well, I'm getting way ahead of myself because you haven't even released this album yet. But the next album, is it? Yeah. So as we've talked, and as you know, my blog is Brews and Tunes. I pair beer with craft beer with metal and hard rock, mostly metal. So just kind of one by one, if when you guys are just hanging out, sitting around, what beer do you crack open, and what album do you spin?
By myself or with the guys?
Either way, both.
I was gonna say, here at the studio, I play a whole lot of Primus, and I
Nice.
probably drive everybody insane. But it's oh, and they're there for a little while. I couldn't stop listening to this band called All Them Witches, and they're like a psych rock band. It's pretty fucking cool, man. But yeah, they're pretty wild. They got this song called Diamond out, or I think it's called Diamond. But yeah, I think that one was on repeat forever.
Nice.
Jerry.
I listen to Gojira a lot.
Gojira, a lot of Gojira.
And then Animals as Leaders lately. I've been listening to a lot of that.
Cool.
But Tool is my go-to.
Can you see us again?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
Hey, all right, let's start over. I fucking love Primus.
Yeah, Tool is my go-to, and pretty much any beer is good.
That's true.
Cool.
Son of a fucking bitch. Hold on.
Uh-oh. There we go.
There we go.
There you go.
Both sides. We're gonna
All
get through
sorts
this.
of technical
We're gonna get
issues
through this
today.
fucking thing, kicking and screaming, man.
Yeah.
So one of the records I spin the most, I drink a lot of Pabst Blue Ribbon. That when I'm not drinking craft beer, that's usually my go-to is PBR. I did have this really fucking good, oh shit, I don't even remember. I'd have to take a picture of it and have my buddy Little Mikey send me a picture because he's got the only other beer that I had of it. But I found it at the gas station once, and it was like a hazy IPA or something like that came out. Little sixer for like $10 at the gas station. That was pretty good. Oh, it was called Dreamland. And if you see it, it's got this psychedelic skateboarder kind of front to the can. And every 6-pack they sell, all the money goes to help build skate parks and shit like that, which I thought was pretty rad. So, yeah, Dreamland. Don't know who the company was, but it had cool artwork and the beer was amazing. So
Nice. Very cool.
and then a lot of Mastodon and Primus is who I'm usually listening to. So.
Nice. How about you, Justin?
Yeah, I'll drink Coors. I like Golden Spike too, or a nice Michelob, but I like to jam some of the weirder shit. Well, not weirder, older, I guess. I still stick with some Pantera. I love Accept. I'll pull up some Accept Megadeth.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a thrash metal, Testaments, Suicidal Tendencies, all that stuff, of course, mixed in with when I'm partying, I really like to listen to Maylene and the Sons of Disaster.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's just good party rock music,
Yeah.
That new Flotsam Jetsam.
Yeah, I heard it's killer.
Jetsam's badass. I spin that, but yeah, it's Course for me. Some Golden Spike. That's kind of my go-to.
Nice.
I just like the old thrash stuff still. I still love like a lot of the new stuff, like the Mastodons and Slipknot for sure. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of that. So
Mudvayne.
the Mudvaynes.
We could just pull up a list of bands, and
Hell
I could just kind of like.
I have to put my iPod on like random.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do
Nice.
Random heavy.
Nice.
That's
I hear you. Cool. Well, this has been a real pleasure, guys. Sorry, I know we've had some technical issues, but it's been really nice meeting you guys and chatting with you. This has been great. So everybody out there, new album, Anthropophagy, comes out June 1st. But you can pre-order it now. So get on the website listed below, get that, get up to SaltFire, grab some beer, get some hot sauce.
Kelly Death Pickle.
Yeah, Death Pickles. You got t-shirts and all sorts of cool stuff. And hopefully we'll all get to see you live very soon as well. So again, thanks very much. I'm going to kick back and enjoy my beer and listen to some man, myth, made legend, I believe, this evening.
Appreciate it.
Watch that
Been
video. I
good
watched the
talking to
video
you.
like 6 times today, I think. So
No shit.
yeah, it's killer. I love
think
it.
I've heard it about 30 fucking times, and I'm tired of my own song already.
Nice. Nice. Well, thanks, gents. Have a great night. And yeah, hope to see you again soon, hopefully in person. So
Absolutely. Next time. All right.
Yes.
Later.
Take it easy.
Yeah.